All right, so let me know if this has ever been you. You chilling, you got some free time, you open up social media, and boom, the first thing you see is some random dude flexing his wealth and all the shiny shit that he has that you can't possibly afford. And the first thing you do is close the social media app and wonder where you went wrong in life. Now, while I'm glad to say that that is not me, I'm man enough to admit that my younger self was envious. But I stumbled across a YouTube video this morning that I think summarizes perfectly why you shouldn't feel this way. So I wanted to share that video with you now and just give my honest opinion on it. So the video is by Alex the Virgo. I think he sums it up pretty well. Pretty great video, Alex. So good shit.
I'm looking at everybody having a blast. People the same age as me in college, they going to parties, they going on trips, they with their friends, they making money. I'm sitting there dead broke, not having fun, not enjoying life. But I just waited my turn. I ain't really complain for real. I just waited my turn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to just my turn, fool. Now look at me, fool. It's people saying that about me now. You feel me?
And wait your mother turn, bro. Your turn gonna come, bro. I promise you.
You gotta wait your turn, cause I let a lot of people, pass me, and I was sad. I would get like discouraged, but now that it's my time, I'm like,
if God say it's this time right here, it's gonna happen. But if it ain't your time right now, don't beat yourself up. Just wait your time.
All right, so off the bat, like we're already seeing how all these successful people, Duke Dennis, Lotto, talking about how they had to wait their turn. They saw other people being successful. So they were kind of in that same position as well, but they didn't dwell on it. They knew their time would come and they worked until their time came. And then eventually it came. And now,
Look at me, fool. It's people saying that about me now. You feel me?
now I'm that story that people talk. I'm that person that people talk about and refer to in that way.
The art of waiting your turn. Most people don't even know how to wait an hour in between goon sessions.
And realistically, I don't know how you do more than once in an hour. That's crazy. My shit start hurting after like the first one. I don't know if I'm getting old. Maybe.
Delayed gratification. Staying down until you come up, some call it. The whole world, myself included, seem to struggle with this as the days go by and the number of TikToks increase. Let me explain to y'all the art of waiting your turn. The year was 1984. Before there was Lil Nas X's, there was Dennis Rodman. The NBA was full of coke sniffing, disco dancing, African booty scratcher looking basketball players. Basketball was completely different. Shooting wasn't as important as it is today, and everybody was a force to be reckoned with. Yet at the ripe age of 21, this one young man had the whole league shook. This young man stood out above the rest. He jumped out the gym. He contorted his body in ways others couldn't. It was almost like he was soaring through the air. All Michael Jordan wanted to do was win games, bets, and more importantly, championships and trophies. His only problem was he was a little undersized muscle-wise, and his teammates were a little booty cheeks. So he needed to learn when to hold the ball and when to pass the ball. So he started working out. He found ways to innovate and become a master of his craft. And he ultimately elevated and became the person he needed to be. And in 1991, years later, he went on to three-peat, winning 3 NBA championships back-to-back, winning finals MVP all 3 times. Took a year off, came back, and did the exact same thing.
If you haven't seen The Final Dance on Netflix, definitely give that a go. That is probably one of the most inspiring, like controversial, crazy shit. But yeah, I would definitely give that a watch if you haven't.
The Black Cat, Air Jordan, for 7 years straight before he even got his first championship. If he would have slacked in that 7-year period or going, I'll just cruise by, as a lot of players do because they get millions of dollars and that's what they've been waiting for their whole life is money. If he would have said, I'm just going to cruise until it's my turn, he would have missed his window. He would have never got a shot at a championship, I'm sure. But he instead gave his all at all times, no matter which game, no matter which practice, no matter who it was. And that's what separated him from everyone else. I feel like in today's world, a lot of people confuse being ready with God being ready. Just because you are ready doesn't mean it's your turn. That's why it's called waiting your turn.
All right, so regardless of what you believe in, God, the universe, Mother Earth, whatever, I believe in some external force that is kind of guiding everything, and that's true for everybody's life. So you're going to get to where you need to go. You just need to make sure that you're open to the universe or God or the earth's way of getting you there, because you have an idea of how you want to get there, but that might not be the way that you're supposed to get there, right? All of us need to learn different lessons because we're all different people. So this is a very valuable lesson that I had to learn, and that if you told me at like 18, 19, I just wouldn't have been able to grasp that. I wouldn't have been able to understand that. It was something I had to learn through like living.
Another big part of waiting your turn is trusting in yourself, because a lot of the times while people are waiting in line for their turn, they end up getting tired of waiting. They try to find somebody farther ahead who got in line earlier, or they just flat out go home and say, I don't even feel like eating no more, I'm gonna just go to the vending machine.
Yeah, we've all seen that like classic image of like the person that like stops chipping away at the mine right before they're about to hit diamond. After they've done like all this digging, they just give up right before they're about to hit. I understand how that's also propaganda to like push like hustle culture, which some people just they don't like really appreciate, and I understand that. But what that's valuable. Some people do actually give up on themselves before they've actually given it the proper time that they need, and I'm guilty of this. You know, I had many ventures that I tried to take on that failed. I'm still failing to this day, and I'm 27. I'm still failing. So if you're like 19, 20, 21, and you think you have to figure it out now because Jack Doherty or like Black Boy Max, Duke Dennis, like, I mean, Duke is 30, like, and he just got popping like a couple years ago.
Because if you trusted in yourself like Michael Jordan, you would be fine waiting 7 years, less or more, because you know you already have it. It just takes its own time to manifest in the physical. And most
That's a
give up
fact.
in between this waiting period. One person that did not, though, however, is one of our favorite guys to glaze these days. South Carolina's very own Duke Dennis. Shout out, I'm also from South.
I didn't watch this video fully. I knew it would be a good video to like react to and give my opinion on, so I saved it. I didn't know he was gonna talk about Duke here, but I think Duke is a perfect example of this.
So many people online talk about him like he's an overnight success, and they have some sort of jealousy because they don't have what he has. Little do they know it has nothing to do with the material though. You know, it's like people are in line and they see that he's finally got to the front of the line. He's eating, he has all the most delicious food, and he's getting full. He having a fun time. But little do they know this man was sitting in line before half of us was even born. That is not a joke to say he's old. I know it sounds like that, but genuinely, I was born in 2005. This man was born in 1990 something.
And that's not even much older than me. I was born in 98, so he only really 4 years older than me.
2016 all the way up until about 2021 would just stream and upload videos of 2K.
Yo, Toe, what's good, dog? This your boy Duke. Dennis, y'all don't even know me yet, but y'all gon' know me.
But he was in the trenches for
knew it.
most of his life and half of his YouTube career.
Me last night to my boy, you ain't the best stretch, big.
Duke, at the age of 23, was sleeping on his mom's couch in a beat trailer, no job, no huzz, and to put the cherry on top, he watched his cousin take his last breaths by the hand of another nigga over a misunderstanding.
Loss is probably the greatest, like one of the strongest feelings you can ever have in life, and it can really like fuck with motivation and determination and the will to continue. So the fact that he experienced a loss like this is crazy. It didn't deter him from like continuing to do his thing, continue to stream, continue to upload videos. He continued on that path. So
He literally was the most down bad you could be. L after L. They just kept coming. It seemed like there was nothing good coming for him.
yo, and I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. L after L is real. When you get 1, you get 10 or 20 or 30. They just keep piling up. 2 years ago, I just couldn't stop holding L's, and I just felt like the universe was after me. Like I had done something in a past life. Like it was crazy. Like
I had got my first letter. The letter was from my girlfriend, bro. It's over. I'm in the army. I was sitting here going crazy. I'm like, baby, don't leave. Not when I need you the most. Don't leave, though. You know what I'm saying? Please.
in service to his country, a month in, his girlfriend said, "Yeah, not gonna work out." Another thing that'll tear a man down. You know what I'm saying? Losing a loved one like that in that way.
His eyes focused on his vision. He kept uploading every single day for 2 years straight, no breaks. He continued to wait his turn. I'm sure after all that, he felt like he deserved a break. And to be fair, he did. Like I said, just because you're ready, and even sometimes you think you're ready, that don't mean the universe is ready to give you what it's going to give you. Going on to 2019, he was one of the biggest content creators in the 2K community. But even still, the same way how Michael Jordan made it to the NBA, but he didn't get the championships he wanted, it's almost the same story with Duke Dennis, because although he was big in the 2K community, it wasn't nothing like how he is known outside of 2K. People know him for motivational talks, for just looking good, for just getting girls basketball.
Yo, that's crazy. You know, for looking good. That has to feel amazing, bro. People look up to this man as like a beacon of like hope, light, ray of like sunshine. You feel me?
When you see a baddie at the party,
They changed my life right there. When I woke up that next morning, I had actresses, WNBA players, female artists, Instagram models, everybody DMing me. No cap.
He waited his turn.
Yeah, after one video, he didn't even say nothing. He said not a word and woke up to hella DMs. I kind of know how this feels because I had a TikTok, my first TikTok actually, that blew up 6.4 million. I didn't say a single word. And it kind of made me feel a little bad actually because I'm like, damn, the people don't even want to hear me talk though. You know, I graduated in 2017. People wanted to be content creators. I was one of them. It is what it is, but like, that's crazy.
And look at him now, to having no car, being cheated on, feeling ugly, being broke. After waiting your turn, all the curses would then turn into gifts. Everything he went through prepared him for what was coming towards him. But you also realize, since you just kept your head down and you kept going, you kept working, you don't even realize how long, however long it is that it takes you to get to where you're going, because you were just so in love with the process and the journey. If you don't prepare yourself to receive what you have, if you don't suffer, then you're not going to be able to appreciate your gifts and what God has blessed upon you.
Going to work, I'm getting off, I'm working on myself. Going to work, getting off, working on myself. I'm grinding 2K, and now, you know what I'm saying, 2K17, 2K18, 2K19, 2K20. Hey, I went hard, and now I'm in a position, look where I'm at, look what we at, look what we doing, look at my life right now.
The craziest thing about Duke is that he gave out the recipe, the formula, like months ago. There's been multiple stories that we hear these people that like they work on shit for a while, they wait their turn, then they have most amazing shit happen to them. Like, look, like he's basically the biggest next to Kai streamer on the internet right now. Everybody knows who he is, even if you don't watch or play video games or 2K. And it's like that shit didn't come overnight. You know, he had to go through a lot of shit to get to where he's at right now. 20-year-old Duke's probably not the same as 30-year-old Duke. You know what I mean? 31-year-old Duke. He probably had to learn so much, go through so many lessons and learn so many different skills to be able to even get to where he's at right now. I think it's easy for us to like see something like this and we think, oh, it just happens like overnight and it doesn't take like any hard work. You know, you don't ever feel like a loser. It's just up, 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 up. It's not. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like, it's really not. Like, and when I got that 6.4 on TikTok, I wasn't ready. Like, I wasn't ready to take that and really, like, work off of it. Mentally, I had a lot of things I was dealing with, and I wasn't ready for all that attention, essentially. And maybe that's the reason that you're not up right now. You know, there might be some external reason or something you need to learn first before you could really get to where you need to be. You might not even be the same person at the end of it, and that's okay. You know, that's what life's about.
It might not happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It might take 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years. It might take a little long, but that's how you really know who won it.
And that's kind of like what I'm on right now. Like, there's nobody watching this shit right now. Like, I'm trying to get out the mud myself. You feel me? Living at home with my mom. Like, I'm trying to make my business, my video production business pop, and also this on the side, so I have a little extra chicken to play with. You feel me? So this is something that even at 27, like, I need to hear now.
Ultimately, the universe tests you before it gives you what you want to make sure you learned all the lessons to not only maintain what you get, but again, to appreciate it. And this is normally what gets a lot of people a lot of the times. Right when all they gotta do is dig one more inch into the ground to get the gold, they give up. Or they take the temptation from the guy saying, yo, come this way, I found a little bit of gold over here. Instead of just focusing on this one wall right here, you just dig one more inch deeper. The gold's right there, but you let somebody come and take you, yo, come on, bro, I got a job for you, bro. I know you're broke right now. Come, bro, I got this job for you.
You're talking about absolute focus and staying locked in and tunnel vision with what it is that you feel as though you can accomplish and not getting distracted by all the success or noise that's going to come externally. Because you got to remember, not everybody's on the same path. There are going to be people that are going to become more successful than you, sooner than you, or later than you. But that doesn't matter, right? And as long as you're working toward that, staying locked in, staying focused, doing the things and forming the habits that are going to work towards your actual goals, you're going to be fine. You're eventually going to hit those goals, right? But if you get distracted and try to splinter off your attention to too many different things, you're going to become really mediocre at a lot of things instead of becoming exceptional at that one thing that you gave all your attention to or focused on.
Wait your turn. Stop looking at everybody else's plate or getting angry because you see everybody else eating. Don't let the hunger trick you out your spot. Because not only will somebody else take your spot as soon as you leave it, but trust me when I say you will look back and realize that if you would have just waited a little bit longer, it would have been your turn.
2025 might not be a year, and that's okay. That really is okay. You might have to learn something. You might have to learn a couple things. You know, you might be lacking a couple different skills to get to where it is that you need to get to, but it ain't a race. You're gonna get there eventually. But yeah, it's basically all I got for today. So basically, this channel moving forward, I kind of want to do more stuff like this. I'm finding myself consuming a lot of this like internet content on my own, and I don't gain anything from that. So I decided, why don't I get on camera? I don't really have a job anymore, so like I don't really talk to anybody on a day-to-day basis. But doing this is kind of therapeutic for me. It makes me feel like I have somebody to talk to. And comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all have experienced something like this where it's like, you know, you had to find out the hard way that it wasn't your turn, or if you feel like it should be your turn now, but it's just not happening the way it should. Let me know. I want to hear about that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.